So Premiere Pro has an entirely new graphics workflow, now giving editors the ability to work with text directly in Premiere's Program Monitor. You can create text with a new type tool and then customize that text in Premiere's all-new Essential Graphics panel. Control the positioning of your graphical elements with align and transform options, and refine your design with a variety of appearance properties. You can quickly save and reuse graphic layouts with master text styles and motion graphic templates. Let's take a closer look at how to create text using Premiere's new layout. So in previous versions of Adobe Premiere Pro, if we wanted to create new text, we would use the titler dialog box. But now the graphics workflow has entirely changed, so let's take a look at how we can create text in the new version of Premiere Pro. So if you look down here, you'll notice that there's a new type tool in the tools panel. There's actually two. We have the standard type tool and we have the vertical type tool. So I'm going to select the type tool, and now I can go directly to my program monitor and select a spot, and now I can type. I'm going to type Essential Graphics. So now we have text straight in our program monitor. Now the big difference in this new workflow is you'll see that there's a new clip created straight in the timeline. I'm going to move this. This is our new graphic clip, and it defaults to just about 5 seconds in length. Now the big difference here is we don't have a master clip that's created in the project panel. We only have our clip here in the timeline. Now let's look in the new Essential Graphics panel, and we can see all the properties of our text. So I have my Essential Graphics panel open here. If you can't see it, go to Window, Essential Graphics. So if you look here in the new panel, you see I have my text layer selected here, and we have a few different sections here. There's a variety of options to position our text and to also do a lot of design and formatting here. So let's go through these one step at a time. So I'm going to grab my text here. Let's say we want this to be in the center, so we have some align tools here. We'll go horizontal center and vertical center. And we have opacity options. We can move the anchor point, do some scaling if we'd like. Scroll down here. Let's say we want to change the font. We'll take it to Helvetica. So I'm going to need to select all of the text. And let's see if I can type. Yes, I can type Helvetica. Select that. And let's say we want, select all again. We want to have the word essential as light, and we want graphics as bold. There we go. Let's say maybe we want to enlarge that just a little bit. We can bring that up. Let's go back, center it up. What else do we have here? We have some fill and stroke options. So, and you can see there's also some alignment options here when we have all these formatting options, kerning, tracking, leading, and some baseline shift features here. But if you look up here, this is a really powerful feature up here, which is layering. This is actually a layer. So this clip can have a number of layers all within just this clip. So let's take a look. If you see here, there's a new layer button. So let's go ahead and click here, and I can create some new text, some new vertical text. I can also have some options for shape layers. So, and one of the really powerful things is I can bring in assets from a file. I'm going to select from File, and here I have a Premiere Pro logo animation. I'm going to select this and import it, and you'll see it adds it as a layer here, but it also brings it into my project panel as a master file. So if we go back, let's take a look at this animation. So it's simply the Premiere Pro logo coming up, but if you look here at our clips, it still resides inside our layers here. So now let's say we want to design our text to kind of resemble this logo here. So let me show you how you can do that. I'm going to go over to the Essential Graphics text here. Now we want to create a quick little background. So let's go to New Layer, Rectangle. So grab our selection tool, and then we'll quickly design this, expand this. We're going to make a little shape. Let's horizontal center, vertical center, and now again this is layering, so I can grab the shape layer and I can move it to the bottom, and now our Essential Graphics text is directly over. Let's move the shape up just a little bit. I can position it with the Y here. Let's just kind of eyeball this. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Whoops, undo. Let's bring it out a little further. And again, align that. Okay, now if you look at the bottom here, we have some appearance options. Now I can change the colors, I can add a stroke, I can add some shadows. So let's add a stroke and then make the colors so it matches our Premiere logo here. So first we want the fill to match this color here. So we'll grab the eyedropper tool. Then we have our stroke. Let's enlarge the width of the stroke to right about here. And let's change the color of the stroke. Grab the eyedropper tool. We want this Premiere Pro purple. And now we can grab our Essential Graphics layer and change the color of this as well. So we'll grab the eyedropper tool, and once again, get the purple color here, select that, and then very quickly we have our graphics designed here. Okay, now I want to have a little finishing touch to my graphic. I want to have a simple fade in. So I'm going to go over to the Effect Controls panel with my layer selected, and I'm going to go to Opacity and add some quick keyframes to have my graphic layer dissolve in. And I'm going to bring these to the head, and I'm going to time it out to just about maybe 15. Let's do 20 frames. Grab that keyframe, and now let's take a look. Okay, very simple and easy dissolve in. Let's have that go just a little bit faster. Okay, so I've added keyframes to this layer. Now let's say we're working on a project and we're going to have a bunch of different graphics all using this same style, and we're just going to be changing out the text, but we want the animation and the actual colors and all of this, the font, to stay the same. So one great aspect of the new graphics workflow and the Essential Graphics panel is motion graphics templates. So if I select my layer and I go back to the Essential Graphics panel, you'll see over here there's a browse section. So if I select browse, now you can see that we have this library of templates. We have lower thirds, we have these different themes. We can go into sports graphics and animations. Now these include animation as well as font and stylistic templates. So a way I can quickly apply one, let's see what we got here. I could just grab this basic lower third. Actually, let's go to titles and see if we have an animation here. I can grab this. Let me zoom out. I will grab this and drag it straight into my timeline. It's going to take a second to load. And now if we look here, I have a title here. Go to the head, and there's actually an animation. And I can select that title, and if you look here in the Essential Graphics panel, everything's already set up. I can just go with my title tool and I can change the text. So I'm going to delete this. So now the cool aspect of this is if I want to go back here, and as I said before, I want to reuse this a bunch of times, or if, let's say I want to reuse it later on down the line in a few months or have someone else use it, I can create my own motion graphics template. So I'll have the layer selected, and I will right click or control click and select export as motion graphics template. It's going to analyze and then bring up a dialog box that will allow me to name it, and I'll call this purple logo. And I can select the destination. I can add a new folder in my Essential Graphics panel area. I'm just going to select OK to have it in the root folder. Now if I zoom back out and I select browse and I go back to my root folder, scroll down, you're going to see our new template is right here. And I can once again simply grab that, drag it down, select it, and change the text here. Very fast, very efficient. If you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments section. Give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. I'm working hard on future tutorials, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Or you can visit my website at boonlovesvideo.com to check out more content. If you have a tutorial request, just shoot me a message and I'll create something specifically for you. Alright, I'll see you next time.